Part 9 of the Farmington Rail Trail. We're starting at Mount Sanford. Cross streets are South Brooksville, then North Brooksville where we end. I think this one's about 31 minutes. We'll find out. It's a little brighter than, the camera's making it a little brighter than you see. They have a new bridle path. I think that's a bridle path right there. Filmed this before, but either I didn't upload it or there was some, or the camera had difficult. Yeah, I ran out of, the battery ran out, that's why. That's the slow sign for the other direction. Yeah, no, stop. That's the stop warning sign. A little off. Railing keeps people from falling it off. This side isn't so bad. Three miles from what? I'm not sure. 3 miles to or from what? I don't know. That fence continues for a long way. Have to use the camera because the cell phone got a little messy at 40 minutes and the two segments total about 61. I don't want to break it. Okay, maybe different parts of the fence were put up or fixed at different times. Looks like there's a ditch over there about right here. Maybe it parallel. Yeah, it parallels the trail more or less. Here's the a short bridge. One bench faces into the trail, one facing out to the water. Split Creek Island Bridge. They're naming these things finally. I wonder what's happened down in New Haven. Oh, it's got a new name. The Farmington Trail Linear Park. But for consistency, I'm using Farmington Rail Trail. Another bench, in case you missed the last one. A babbling brook nearby. That might be South Brooksville. We'll see what that... Another bench. There's our brook again, following us. That's the stop warning sign for northbound. One way to do this is print out the map, fold it twice, and then write the cross streets on the resulting smaller area. Then that way you can just take it out and read it. Like you have your map, fold that once, then again, and then write your cross streets on the resulting quarter paper. It should be, each distance should be about half. So an 8.5 by 11 fold down to 4.25 by 5.5, or thereabouts. And then just write your cross streets on that, in that smaller area, and you're done. A rail trail shouldn't have to, Well, at least in this area, shouldn't have too many of them. Yep. Since that's public property, there we are, South Brooksville. There's a bench both before, and I'll show you after the stop, or after the road. There is a car, but it's far away. Was I in your way?
No, you're good.
Okay. The other bench after the road. So North Brooksville is our next one. Here you're kind of locked in, as the cross streets are far apart. For as you get go south to New Haven, you can have more say in the matter. That's the stop warning sign for the other direction. It looks like it's a little bit of a clog right here. The water's just sitting still. Can't go under the can't go under the road. Dog relief area and bench. Another bench. The brook is, if it can be called that at this point, is, oh, there we are. Somewhat hiding behind trees. A lot of greener trees and other greenery over here. North Brooksville is the end of this segment. You'll have that water to your left, and then a lot of brush to your right. A path to somewhere. But unfortunately, well, yeah, I think you can go out that, well, it's not on the map, but I think you can go out that way. And in that way. That restroom break I had threw a wrench into my schedule. I may have to, I might be getting home later than I thought. Or maybe I can still do it. Oh, there's a mountain to look at. Another bench. On foot you do about 3. So 10 should be easily manageable on a bicycle. Two benches close together, and there's our brook again. Maybe it flows, or maybe that's a very long pond by now. The greenery seems to have thinned out as there are houses behind it. Thank you. Something said scarf. A blue bench this time. Maybe different colors show different levels of support. That path goes out to that house. Ah, a lock. This was a canal at one time. In the early 1800s, the Farmington Canal was built between Northampton and New Haven. Irish immigrants dug the canal by hand. The canal locks controlled the flow of water to compensate for the slope of the land. Farmers living nearby would answer the barge captain's horn, coming to maneuver the locks. Flat-bottomed boats were pulled by mules walking alongside the canal. The barges carried goods and passengers between ports. A trip from New Haven to Cheshire cost 62 cents and took nearly 5 hours. Local children enjoyed swimming and skating on the canal. It has been reported that in 1839, Ummistead slaves were transported on the canal from the New Haven prison to Farmington. Horse carts then carried them to the courthouse in Hartford for trial. The canal operated from 1828 to 1848. Trains then became the preferred form of transportation. Lock 12 is the only restored lock today. So here we have it. If this were still functioning, these were left open. If they were still functioning, there'd be like a ratchet that you could walk on to force the gate open and shut. And that bench is for sitting on. Can't do that now. 4 Mile. I think this is 4 miles from Hartford, I think. Or 4 miles from Hartford, I guess. I think this is the other part. No, it's not. Water fountain. That's the bridge across the former canal. There's our brook again. Brooksville, or North Brooksville, is somewhere up ahead. Another bridge. And what's this called? No, there's no name plaque on here yet. That might be the remains of the canal, I'm not sure. Here's a privacy screen coming up. And that's the stop warning sign. And they put a strip across the road, across the rail trail at that point to help you see it. I'm not answering that. It might, my ringtone might be copyrighted. This should be North Brooksville Avenue. So I'm talking over the ringtone. So the problem here is that you have this weird hook before you come up to the rail trail, or before you come up to the crossing. I think they thought it was safer to bring it up here, and then rather than cross right there, they thought it was just safer to bring it up here and cross. Maybe they can see better, or maybe everyone can involve both. crosser, both pedestrians and car driver. I mean, both trail users and car drivers can see it better. And yes, this is North Brooksville. 5-minute break. From your perspective, I'll see you in briefly from my side, maybe in 5 minutes.